Hello everyone, I am back today with another video. I'm going to go ahead and click ready. But today we're going to be playing in ranked against UKBoy. This is someone that I usually struggle against. I don't know if it's his play style or what, but I usually don't do so well against him. I actually can't remember if I've ever beaten him, and we've played at least 5 games together. So a nice change here, meaning winning, would be nice. But it appears that, yes, the Stratego website is still up and running. The admins or whoever's in charge hasn't, like, shut down anything. They haven't shut down anything yet. So I've heard some rumors that they might keep the servers open for a bit longer, and I've also heard from Adobe Flash that they will be cutting off all Flash content themselves January 12th. So I think that's kind of our new doomsday clock, provided that the admins or whoever's behind the site doesn't shut it down sooner than that. Hopefully they don't. So to open, we know his captain here, and this is a setup. I don't remember even making this setup, but it was a setup that was, and you know, I have probably like 30 or 40 saved setups, but this was one of the setups I had saved, and it's a little interesting. Kind of fake flag over here. I thought, you know what, let's just try one of these archived setups, so to say, and we'll see how this works. Well, we've grabbed a very early lead, but only a sergeant, so nothing to get too excited about yet. He's being pretty cautious at the moment. Let's move that up and just see what he does. Okay, I'll leave that there and let's threaten that piece. Okay. So a very passive play from him so far. Usually he's a bit more aggressive, but I'm going to match his level of being passive. I don't want to rush in, because usually that's how I self-destruct against players like this. And yeah, my rank hasn't been doing too great as of late. Just not playing my best. I was definitely on a really good hot streak when I made it all the way up to 900, and I won like 15 games in a row or something like that at one point. But that's kind of fizzled out, and I think I'm probably playing, or I have been playing at least, probably less than average for my standards. I think I should be able to hover around 850 at least, even if consistently staying around 900 is a bit of a stretch. So hopefully we can get back up there. But he's playing very slowly, and again, very passive to start out here. I feel like this is not an exciting game at all. Alright, so we found a captain there. I'm going to go ahead and move a major over, just to kind of lock down the center, for what it's worth. And he's going to use a scout and find my sergeant. I'm going to swing this scout out, and if I want to, I can try to scout this piece. I think I will. Okay, that'll trade scouts. Alright, so that tells me this is a sergeant or it's a captain, and I'm going to hit it. Captain. Okay. Alright. So we know his captain here, and I might as well, well, nah, I'm not going to waste it. That's a bluff. That's nothing good. You know what? Whatever. Might as well. Yeah, it's a bluff. Nothing good, right? I have enough scouts that, you know, I can just waste it and see what it is just to make sure. But yeah. Alright, so we have his lieutenant there. I'm going to want to definitely prevent my marshal from being scouted easily, because there's not much on this side to really back up the marshal. We have a captain and then a colonel and nothing really beyond that. A lot of the firepower is in the center and on the left here. Alright, so we will keep advancing here. I'll follow him in. Interesting. Let's use another scout, see if that's a ball, maybe. Yes, okay, that's a good find. So here's his lieutenant. Now that piece has moved, but I don't know what it is. And these two have both moved here as well. Okay. I'm just gonna put the minor there, and I'm gonna bring out a sergeant also. Yeah, very slow play from him. Usually he plays quicker. So that's kind of interesting to see. Maybe it's because I told him I'll record this game or something that influenced him playing like that. Alright, looks like he's playing a little faster now. Let's, I'm going to move the sergeant over, and then I'm going to swing probably to the left with my major. Of course, that's his captain that we know. Alright, I'm going to bring out the colonel, and I think I'm going to hit this piece with my lieutenant. If that's a captain, then that's just kind of sad. But, you know, you already had a captain over here, lieutenant. I wouldn't expect another captain here. So I'll hit that. And in case he takes me with a major, I'll have the colonel here to back it up. And of course we have the minor here to take any scouts that try to find the marshal. Alright, so just a scout there. Yeah, I didn't expect that to be anything grand. See what he takes me with? A major. Alright, as I suspected, that's why I brought my colonel up. We'll go ahead and chase him back. I'm actually going to go, okay, I was going to say I'm going to go all the way attacking that major. I mean, I'll hit the major eventually. I'm sure it's guarded. I'm going to scout that. Sergeant, okay. I was seeing if that wasn't maybe another bomb or something, but it's not. So if he lets me, and if he keeps that there, I'll come down with my lieutenant and we'll take that out. Okay. Not surprising. Yeah, so he'll take me there. That's fine. I'll just wait as long as I can, and I'll bring this lieutenant over, because when I lose this colonel, which I'm expecting this to probably be a general, I would say, probably Gen. Yep. Spot on. Alright, so that's fine. Got info, and his major is down, even though if he took my colonel. So I'll bring this lieutenant out, because of course I have to protect my info here. Don't want him to cheaply discover anything. I think this could be the spy, because I don't know, maybe not, but I'm feeling this could be the spy here. Alright, I'm going to leave it like that. So we're going to want to get some of these smaller pieces probably and build up an advantage there. Probably getting the lieutenant back if I can. Let's advance on him and see what he does. It'll be annoying if he trades. I mean, I'm hoping he thinks it's the captain, right? I want him to at least waste a scout on that, and then we can trade. Okay. So yeah, if you can't tell, I'm playing very cautiously this game. I mean, that hit for info is something I'll do no matter what, pretty much. But otherwise, I'm playing very cautiously, I think. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this major up, and then we're going to move the sergeant over and bring up a captain on the outside. Okay. All I want with this lieutenant is just a scout off of it. Now, I'd like if he trades with me, but this captain is also backed by the colonel, so if he were to come down with, say, a major and take it, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world either. Now, what I'm thinking he'll probably do is take the sergeant, I'll take it with the major, and then he'll double threaten. That's what I anticipate. But, looks like he doesn't want to do that. Not yet, at least. Alright, I'll trade that then. Looks like he... So this tells me that this is not a good piece, or otherwise he would have done as I just described. So that tells me this is a piece that he wasn't actually able to do that with, meaning it's not something good. I'm not worried about the colonel getting scouted. Okay, so I'm thinking this is nothing good. Not sure about these two. I'll leave that there. I'm going to put that sergeant right there, actually. And I think that'll work nicely. As long as he doesn't come down with the lieutenant and hit the sergeant, that would be annoying. Because that's not a lot of compensation for colonel information. But it would still give me the lieutenant back, so I wouldn't hate that too much. So I'm feeling like I should probably do something in the center here. But I'm not sure what exactly to do in the center. So of course I know his general, and I know his lieutenant. I'm suspecting this could be the spy. That's also moved, by the way. This piece here, because I remember it used to be isolated like this. So I know that's moved. Alright, I'm going to bring that scout back, because I want to preserve my scouts. Interesting move by him. A valiant effort, I would say. I'll take that. I would consider hitting with my major here, because I'm up a major, and I'd like to take a lieutenant or something like that. But I'll just leave that be. I'm going to take that. I highly doubt that's a colonel. Could also be a scout, but I'll take it. Okay, that's just very, very unfortunate. I did not think that would be a colonel. So that is going to make it, I would say, almost impossible to win this game, just based on the pieces that are left. Okay. I mean, I have good info on him, but right now he's up 2 pieces here. Or 3 pieces, not to mention the colonel, plus the captain and the lieutenant. That was not very good for me. I was assuming he might come down with a scout, maybe a major. I did not think he would have a colonel sitting there. So it's a good play by him. I mean, I considered it could be a colonel, but I decided it probably wasn't. But that's just how the game goes sometimes. And that's not too bad for me, because I do know his general, and now I'll only be down 2 pieces. I would have much preferred to take his colonel with my gen, but, you know, can't always get my way. So right now I'm down these 2 and up these 2 here. So I would prefer to get a major back, a captain, or one of these 2 would also work, but I would need some additional help, because he does have, I guess I would consider that a slight info advantage now, because he knows my marshal. So neither of these 2 are the spy, because he's been exposing them to possible scouts. His gen's here. There's not much moved over here. I mean, there is a lieutenant I could trade off. So it might be worthwhile to, yeah, kind of rush in here and see if I can accomplish anything. Yes, he's going to do that. I'm very tempted to just take here, because I definitely need material. Because right now, what's going to happen is we'll trade marshals, and then his general will rush in. Mine is not in a position to counterattack or gain anything, and I'm still going to be down these 2 pieces. Now, this is kind of one of these low reward, high risk situations where this is probably like a scout or maybe a lieutenant at best, probably a lieutenant. And there's a decent chance this is his spy. I've been kind of pegging this piece, maybe more. Probably going to take it, because I need a momentum change here, because as the game continues, I will lose, so I need to take some risks. So it's about taking the right risks. I think I'm going to take this here. I could move over and try to blitz, but I probably wouldn't get anything doing that either, so I'll just take this. And there's a fair chance that that's his spy, and I wouldn't think that's unexpected either, for that to be the spy at all. I think there's maybe slightly less than 50% chance that's his spy. So I'll have to wait and see. Now, if that is his spy, the game's over, most definitely. But if I just continued as we were going, then I think the game would be over regardless. Now, I would expect, if this isn't his spy and he's not just trolling me massively right now, if that's not his spy, I would expect him to move this piece up. Or he might try to move the gen over. And it is the spy. Okay. So that'll definitely be the end of the game. So yeah, it was the spy. I guess he decided to, like, wait a minute before taking it, for whatever reason. But that's definitely the end of the game. There's pretty much no way, beyond scouting an open flag or something like that. Okay. I guess let's come up with our gen. There's no rush with that lieutenant. I'm going to be able to lotto that whenever I feel like it. It's probably his marshal, so I might come up with a colonel on the left. Let's do that. Just keep him engaged on that side. Okay, that's good. I'll move up. Just kind of keep his gen confined there, perhaps. Alright, so we'll bring our colonel up here. Okay, so he's going to scout me there. I mean, I might as well move down. This doesn't really matter whichever way. I'm thinking this is probably the marshal. So, okay, so he's going to scout my colonel. That's unsurprising. I'm thinking this is probably the marshal here. I'm sure he has a colonel ready to trade. If not, his marshal is simply over here. Probably this one. Okay, so I'm expecting this to be his colonel, but I have to hit it anyway. Yeah, right. Okay. So we know marshal, we know general. Well, we don't know the marshal, but I highly suspect the marshal. The game is pretty much over at this point. I'm just kind of prolonging my death. So I'll come up with my major here. And there goes his marshal. Coming over this way. I don't think this is the marshal. I mean, well, it could be either one of them, I suppose. I lean towards this one. Okay, so that is the marshal. Alright, so, yeah, so if I had moved over with my marshal there, then he would have simply retreated, and we would have traded. Probably a double bomb there, so I'll go in the corner and blow myself up here. Okay. Huh, well, looky there. At least I got a minor off of it. Yeah, so his center was well fortified. He could stop my marshal on whichever side he did anything on, or whichever side my marshal attacked on. But he's beat me down pretty bad at this point. Guess it's worth, worth planting my gen into a bomb. Alright, I'll just take that. Probably a major waiting for me. Yep. Anyway, I'll stop wasting his time. I'll go ahead and surrender. So he played well. I don't think I played poorly, but he made a good. I think his play with the colonel in the center was what really made the difference there. I don't think I made a bad. He made a good play. I made a bad read, and from there, there's really no way to recover for that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope to come out with some more videos between now and the 12th. But see you guys then. And again, have a good day, and thank you guys.